Hello, everyone, and Merry Christmas 2022. Yes, I am recording this on Christmas 2022. I was scrolling through the news and something prompted me to just say, look, everybody out there having good time with their family and friends. Unfortunately, there's something that happens to one of us that doesn't make that a happy moment. And that was Dax Tejera of ABC. He was a producer there, and he died of a heart attack Friday. He was only 37 years old, and he has a wife and two young children. And as a father with two children, I can't even imagine that happening 2 days before Christmas, when everyone is supposed to be together having fun. And that just prompted me to do that. So, hi, my name's Lance with Autobiography Writing Secrets, and I just want to share this because I feel like there's someone out there who needs to hear it. And I got a message on Facebook from a friend who's actually my father's age, and she said her younger sister had passed on. And it's just like, bam, bam. This is supposed to be a time of happiness and everybody sharing all these family traditions and all this good food. And I can remember when I was younger, it was some of the best times of my life. And unfortunately, there's those that can no longer do that. So there's 5 things you can no longer do once you have passed on. And if this rings true with you, just think about it for a moment as I go through these 5. The first thing that you can no longer do is, if you're gone, you can no longer remember and celebrate your life achievements. And I say that speaking from just a person who's helping many other people try to capture their legacy through autobiography. And not just any autobiography, but an authentic autobiography, which means that you actually get to tell your story in your words. Number 2, the thing you cannot do is you can no longer document your life and share it with future generations. It's too late. You're dead. You cannot document your life anymore. And the risk of someone else actually documenting your life for you is that they're going to leave out a lot of things that was actually meaningful for you, meaningful to you. That's why when I read biographies now, for example, like the unauthorized one for Steve Jobs, I feel like there's a lot of things that are missing. And I know for autobiographies, traditional autobiographies, many things are emphasized a lot more, and there might be some small fictionalized parts to it in order to fit the storyline. But with you actually being able to document your own story, if you're gone, you cannot. So it's just something to think about. Number 3, create a legacy. And as you're probably doing right now with Christmas traditions, you can actually create a legacy and pass those traditions on to the next generations in your family. But if you're gone, you cannot do that. That's the value of having an autobiography. You can actually put everything into that you want while you're still alive that's meaningful for you. And that gives you purpose. That's the meaning of your life, is everything you've done. You're proud. You're very proud of what you've done. I'm sure you're proud of where you went to school, if you attended an amazing school, and all the friends that you met there, all those relationships. Some of them last a lifetime. And what's the meaning of all of it if you're gone? Especially if you haven't documented it. It's just something to think about. And the fourth one. If you're able to tell your story and inspire others, that helps you take control of your life, because you're documenting your life and all the challenges that you've had. And if you think about any autobiography that you've ever read, if you've taken the time to read some, you notice that most of them are written to inspire. And most of them are written by famous people, notorious, or otherwise known very well in the media for some reason. And the idea with Autobiography Writing Secrets, helping other people write their own autobiography, is not to become rich or famous. It's so you can take your life, create some meaning, and pass that down. Because even if you lived a simple life and you raised your children, maybe you didn't travel as much, maybe you worked the same job most of your life and you didn't move, your life has meaning. You created all kinds of community connections. There's dogs outside with the little kids running. I think those are the things that you can remember and put down in an autobiography that has meaning for you. Because if you don't have a way to write it down, there's no meaning to it. Now think about when you go to school, the entire education system anywhere in the world is predicated upon the fact that people in the past actually documented everything from chemistry to history to math. They actually wrote it down, and now that's in a book, and that's what you study, or online now. And so if you don't write down your story, your traditions, what's the meaning of your life after you're gone? Well, maybe you're saying, well, I don't really care because I'll be dead and it won't matter. But how many times have you asked yourself, I wonder what grandmother would say about this, or I wish I could remember grandmother's recipe. And if you want a lucky few, she probably had a book and she is passing that down. But there's many other things that you've probably heard many family members say, like, I wonder what Uncle Bob or Uncle Tom said to, Tom is my father's name, what they thought about something.Maybe it was politics, or maybe it was how the automobile industry is changing, and just to hear their opinion, what would the value of that be to you right now? I mean, just to hear that. Okay, number 5. To create a record of your life that can be actually shared. Now here at Autobiography Writing Secrets, we are creating a record of your life. We're helping you create a record of your life in the authentic way. And what do I mean by that? Well, the authentic way is you actually telling your story. A traditional autobiography typically takes 8 to 12 months to create. And that's if you have good writers, good editors, and you have someone who can help you publish. It's probably going to be really expensive, but 8 to 12 months is a really long time. Now, let's say you may have gotten diagnosed with someone or with something, and you don't have that long to live. What then? Is it too late? Maybe. But with Autobiography Writing Secrets, we have come up with a solution that's only 2 weeks. And the only thing that you have to do is prepare yourself for the interview, do the interview, and we do the rest. Now, what do you get out of that? With Autobiography Writing Secrets, we give you 4 books. You can get more if you choose to, but the initial package is 4 books, physical books. You get an ebook, and this can be used to attach to a genealogy website. And you also get an audio book up to 36 hours. Now imagine listening to your relatives for 36 hours. At this moment, if it was someone you knew, you might be like, oh, that's boring. I've heard this person tell these stories a million times. Okay, 2 or 3 generations down the road. Or if you are looking 2 or 3 generations up and you actually didn't get to meet those people, that would be really interesting, don't you think? I mean, imagine meeting those people. Now, the last thing that we offer is the enduring video up to 36 hours. And that's literally of you telling your story on camera, so that can be added to the autobiography and genealogy websites. Now, imagine if you could just go look up any relative, any ancestor, click on them in whatever genealogy website that you want to look at, and you see video of them telling their story. How valuable would that be? That would be amazing and fantastic if I could do that. I would love to go see my grandfathers, or my great-grandfather. Well, my grandfathers too, but my great-grandfathers, just to see where they came from. There's big question marks in my history of like where these people actually lived and came from and what they did, and because that's how I got here. That's how you got here. Your family tree. And so going back and being able to look at that is going to be amazing for future generations. So those are the 5 things that you cannot do if you are gone. And so if you were to think about writing your own autobiography, what would you write? Or what would you want to say? Now, if you're interested in learning more, you can go to autobiographyWritingSecrets.com. You can just look at what we have as our offer. You get, if you live locally, then you get a professional photo shoot. And if you want to know some more, if you have questions, just go ahead and send us a message on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, or just send us an email at info@autobiographyWritingSecrets.com. Again, our email is info@autobiographyWritingSecrets.com. Now, if you really want to, maybe you've already written your autobiography and you want to talk to us about what you did, I would love to hear from you if you've already written your autobiography, because the more people I can meet that actually went through that process of writing a traditional autobiography, I love to hear the stories and how long it took, and it's just like the reasons for doing it, and because I feel like if you've done that, you have a sense of pride in your family and what you've done that goes far and beyond what most people have. So I would love to be around those who have written their autobiography, and just to feel that joy that comes from finishing that immortalized document that encapsulates your entire life. So I'll see you tomorrow on the next episode. Thanks for listening.